My name is Chef Rob, my son Chris, and we're going to make chicken quesadillas fajita style. So we're going to spice it up a little bit, but if you don't like it spicy, you know how to just leave out a little spice. We're also going to make holy guacamole as well. It's a really good, delicious recipe. I hope you will make these with your family and friends, and I hope everybody's doing well out there. Thank you to all the libraries out there that are participating. This is week 4 of our camp and 4 more weeks to go. I'll tell you about next week during the program. So I'm just going to turn on my grill. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this grill here. This grill right here is called an All-Clad. That is the brand. And it is an indoor grill, and it is just absolutely perfect for on those rainy days maybe, or maybe too cold outside or too hot outside. So, or if you're doing a virtual cooking class, perfect for it. So, Chris, you got any comments?
A few people in the library saying hello, and Heather said, I want you to know that I made the balsamic rosemary chicken for dinner with the tomato blue cheese relish. Delicious.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. So everybody, let's start. I got the grill going. Some of you are cooking with me. Some of you are just watching. Well, that's all fine. I'm going to take about 1 pound of chicken cutlets. Okay, I sliced them thin so I can kind of cook them a little quicker. So I am just going to take these, put them right into a bowl, and I'm going to add some fajita spice to this. It might be just a little bit over a pound, but that's okay. It will never, ever go to waste.
And Prudy says hello. Hello.
Hello, Aunt Prudy. How are you? So I'm going to put some fajita spice on here. I'm just going to toss it around really good while the grill is getting hot. So you could add just 1 packet. They sell the little packets just like this. You know, it's like almost like if you're making a salad dressing, you shake that packet. Just something like that. It's about 1 ounce. Okay. I happen to buy the big ones because I use it a lot. So fajita mix, and as spicy or as mild as you want to make it. And I'm just going to, actually, just a little more spice tonight, Chris. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Good. Just going to hit it with just a little kosher salt. And if you just take a little bit of oil, and you'll be able to get all that spice all over this really good. So we want to cook the chicken through to 165. So this is sliced pretty thin. So I'm going to show everybody, hold it up just like this. Okay. So if you were cooking this on an indoor or outdoor grill, it may take about 8 to 10 minutes at the most. And while that is cooking, we will saute up some onions and some peppers. What do you got, Chris?
Emily says one can make some, and then Kim said, hi, Rob.
Hello, Emily, and hello, Kim. All right, I'm just going to leave this to the side right now. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this pan right here. Turn it on. Going to get it nice and hot. And even though the recipe says green peppers or red onions, white onions, you could switch it around. You put in whatever peppers you want. I like to use a lot of colors, so definitely using the green pepper in here, but I'm going to put a little color in here as well. Okay, so I would be using at least 2 peppers. These are pretty large peppers. I have made this before in many of the libraries on Long Island where I live, and we really smell up the library, don't we, Chris?
Yes.
So I'm just going to cut it just like this, thin strips.
The Monmouth County Library says, hello from Monmouth County, New Jersey. How lucky are we to have Chef Rob visit us directly?
Thank you so much.
Emily says, hello, Chef Rob. And Jim says, this sounds so, so good.
Thank you so much. I hope you're making it with me. If you're making it with me, please send me a little message there. And if you made other dishes from our classes, please let us know. I know we have a lot of children out there. We have a lot of teens, adults, families working together. And I think that's just great. So I'm just going to turn this right here around. When that oil in the pan gets nice and hot, I'm going to add these peppers to it.
The Monmouth County Library says beautiful veggies.
Thank you. Thank you. Look at this. This is beautiful. I love the yellow peppers.
Scott said Kit Kat milkshake was a big hit.
That's good. How could it not be, right? And hey, if you don't like Kit Kats, maybe you do Mounds, you do a Hershey bar, whatever you want to do, right? You just switch it with the candy you really like. So I can tell my grill is nice and hot right now, so I am just going to take this chicken and put it right on. And we're also going to dice this after it comes off the grill. All right, and you want to get rid of this bowl when you are done because you don't want any raw chicken to touch anything. And just make sure that the chicken is spread out really, really well. Okay.
Kim said, miss you, Rob Scott, and then RML Teen Department said, looks like you'll be good.
Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you're watching too. Thanks so much. I am just gonna chop up these yellow peppers here. So I'm using the yellow and the green. We have so many libraries doing this camp, and it's just really, really wonderful. And we have our food festivals coming up soon. We have one August 23rd, and we're going to make 3 different dishes.
Elise said, we love Chef Rob, watching with my 8-year-old twins.
Oh, how great. That is great. And where are you, Elise? Love to hear where all the different people are coming from. All right, I'm going to put these peppers right to the side. I'm going to cut up a little bit of red onions. Okay, you can use 2 red onions if you just want 1. You make it to how you like it. Yes, Chris?
Elise said Plainview.
Plainview. Thank you so much.
Michelle said, this is our first time joining, making it with you.
Oh, that's perfect. That is great.
Laura and Joe said they miss you at Connecticut Library.
Thank you.
And the Southfield Library said, hi, Chef Rob, great to see you.
Thank you so much. Good to know you're out there. I can't see you, but it's so good to know you're out there. We've had fun, the best that we can during what we're going through in the past and what we're going through right now. And you just make the best of things. So we have worked with so many libraries all over the country during this pandemic, and it's been really, really nice. And we have so many libraries on Long Island here, where my hometown. And if you guys have any questions for Chris, please throw him a question. I'm just waiting for this oil to get hot, and then I'm going to put these peppers and onions in, and I'm just going to get them a little bit soft, okay? And then I'm going to mix it together with the chicken once it is cooked through.
Aunt Prudy said she's watching from her living room.
From your living room. So you are not cooking, Aunt Prudy, right? So I know here on Long Island it has been really hot, really humid, and I think pretty much across the country, right? Today seems to be a little breather, right, Chris?
Yes.
So chicken fajitas, quesadilla style. You can make some salsa with this. When I've done this in the libraries, I made a pineapple mango salsa with it. And then I also did the guacamole as well. Just going to turn this. That oil is nice and hot. So let's just put this right in the pan right here. And we're just going to start cooking these down until they're getting softer. Yes, Chris?
Jim X, do you have to put peppers in? Because I don't like them.
Jim, if you don't like peppers, you don't have to have peppers, okay? This is one of those things that you cook it the way you want to cook it. You can just put more onions, anything like that, okay? The yellow, the red, the orange peppers are a little bit more mild, so if you can handle them, that's perfect. If not, just go with the onions. I am just going to put in a little bit of salt, the kosher salt in here, and it just kind of makes the vegetables sweat, cook down, and then we'll add it to the diced chicken in a little bit, okay? So I have a mixture of Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese. Whenever you can, grate it yourself, because the little blocks, they have so much more flavor. If you ever taste the pre-grated cheese, just try a little bit, no flavor, okay? Just the texture of cheese, no flavor at all. So if you can get that extra sharp block, grate it, and it will be really a better dinner for you. So we're just going to keep after this. This takes 8 to 10 minutes to cook. I'm using the flour tortillas right here.
Scott, oh sorry.
Yep, we're just going to make a few tortillas right here.
Scott X, what's a good knife for chopping veggies?
A good knife, I like the French knives, or even a offset serrated knife can be good. If you get the offset serrated knife that has that big arch, I find that uncomfortable. This one just has a little arch here. It's really perfect. This is a bread knife, also great for veggies. This here, I love this. This one is great. It's a 7-inch French knife. What do you got, Chris?
Nope, don't say anything.
All right. So we're just going to saute this down here. Keep an eye on the chicken. This is a really good grill that gets really hot. It gives it nice grill marks. Turn this over. And then when the chicken is done, we're just going to let it rest. As it rests, that way the juices stay in, seals really well. We'll take the peppers, the onions, and just make the quesadillas. Fold them in half just like this. And you could put them on a sheet tray and put them in the oven for like 10 minutes, just get them a little crisp. Or you can do what I am going to do. I'm going to heat up this little mini grill. It's a little panini grill right here. You could just give it just a little bit of spray. You're going to get it nice and hot, and it will get nice and crisp on the on both sides of the tortilla. Yes, Chris?
Emily X, you do not use garlic?
For this one, you really don't have to, but garlic in this, if you like garlic, you put garlic in, okay?
Rena X, what spices are in the fajita spice mix?
Okay, let me see this one right here. This one is garlic, cayenne, oregano, black pepper, cumin, and thyme. When you go by the packets, or you make your own, it can be a different recipe every time. So I'm just kind of letting you know what's in this one right here.
Heather X, how long do you cook the chicken?
Depending on the thickness, I have some little thicker ones, a little thinner. This is going to be around the 8 to 10 minutes where it's going to cook. This one here, a little bit thicker, maybe a few more minutes. But the biggest thing is have a thermometer, put it in, and when it's 165, just take it off the grill. You don't want to overcook it. When you go to a lot of the restaurants that make quesadillas, most of the time they are using chicken thighs, boneless, because they stay more moist, okay? A little fattier of a meat, but they stay more moist in your quesadilla.
Julie said, I like using larger tortillas for more filling.
Absolutely. And I use these because when I go to the libraries and do it, or just we're having it for dinner here, we just kind of fill it like this size, and you don't have to cut them and this stuff comes out. So you could serve this whole thing like this, if you want. So let's let the peppers, the onions, the chicken cook. In the meantime, let's go over and we can start on the guacamole. Okay, I'm going to leave these tortillas to the side. So I'm just going to take some really nice avocados. I'm going to use 3 to 4 of them. Depends on the size. Sometimes you get them $1 a piece, but they're on the smaller side. I've seen them 2 for $5, which is way too high. So what I like to do is just take the paring knife and just go right along the pit, just like that. And then just pop it right off like that. It's beautiful avocado inside. I'm going to do that to all 4 of the avocados. Avocados, to ripen them very quickly, put them in a brown paper bag with an apple, a tomato, or a banana. They'll be ripe within 2 days. Okay. If you're not using all of the avocado, take the avocado with the pit in it. Use that one to keep, okay, in the refrigerator. and you would take some plastic wrap and wrap it really tight. You want the plastic wrap to be right on top of the avocado, okay? And that will prevent it from getting brown. Putting a little lemon juice on it will prevent it, okay? So I am going to be using a potato masher for this recipe. Makes it really easy. If you like it chunky, you leave it chunky. If you like it a little bit smoother, you just keep mashing it. What do you got, Chris?
Nope, don't see anything.
All right. So I am just going to cut this avocado right in half. I actually like to just kind of pop it right off, like that, right in the bowl. Let's get this towel. Move these onions and peppers around here. So we have so many libraries from so many different states out there, and everybody, please put your library up on there, because I always like to see that people go to your library virtually, or maybe when they're on vacation, they would stop into your library. The libraries are open, and they want to see you come walking through those doors. So I'm just going to be popping this right off. Next week, everybody, as I'm doing this avocado, we will be doing stuffed Roma tomatoes. Roma tomatoes are plum tomatoes. I really recommend you get the plum tomatoes for that class. We're stuffing them with mozzarella cheese, garlic, breadcrumbs, herbs, and they are really delicious. If you want to make some different kinds, you can always take some blue cheese and make them with blue cheese, if you're a blue cheese fan, okay?
RML Team Department X, so there's no need to season the chicken?
To season the chicken? No, because the fajita mix is going to season everything for it. You just need to really cook that, okay? I took the fajita mix already and put it on the chicken. So that's going to actually go in with the peppers and the onions, okay?
Gail said, good tip for ripening the avocados, and Barbara said, great hints for cutting the avocados.
Thank you, thank you. Look at this pit. I've never seen an avocado pit so small before.
That's a small one.
Isn't it a small one?
Hey, extra avocado for you.
Extra avocado. And then we're going to put some lime juice in here too, as well. Again, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to go over next week. Stuffed tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, which are the plum tomatoes. They hold up really well when you stuff them, so try to use those, okay? And by using those, if you leave them in the oven even 10 minutes more, it is going to prevent them from just kind of going splat apart, all right? I actually wanted to get some plum tomatoes. Actually, a little brown spot I just saw on that, Chris. I wanted to get plum tomatoes for my guacamole tonight, and they did not look good, so I am just using the beefsteak tomatoes. Go back to these peppers and onions right here, then I'm just going to shift that chicken. Okay, these peppers and onions are cooking well. Just move this chicken a little bit. It gives it really nice coloring. There we go. Okay, back to the avocado. And then we're going to make a banana cream pie milkshake next week as well. Somebody out there said they made the Kit Kat milkshake. These are really good. The following week, we're going to do a key lime pie chiller, so you will like that one.
The Monmouth County Library said it's so much better attending live, getting chefs' encouragement to make the menu truly personal.
I love doing the classes in person. There's nothing like it. It's always a lot of fun because you have so much interaction. I know you're in New Jersey, I'm in Long Island, and hopefully someday I'll come, do a class in there maybe. So But we do hands-on classes here. We do Irish soda bread. We do this. We would do this exact dish in the library when we're back in person. So it makes it a lot of fun. Okay, the last avocado.
The RML teen department said, I would like the key lime pie for sure.
Love key lime pie, right? They sell a key lime juice down the juice aisle. So just make sure you don't walk home with the lemon because it has a green cap on it. So make sure you buy the right one, okay?
Monmouth County Library said, looking forward to it.
Good, good. So these peppers and onions are done. I am just going to take that and leave it off to the side. Okay. Going to add some lime juice into the avocado, and then we're just going to mash it up. The limes, try to get them on the lighter side. You'll get more juice out of it. This one is just going to be so juicy, I can just tell. The real dark green limes, leave them in the supermarket because there's not much juice that's going to come out of it. Okay, so let's mash this up now. I like it a little bit on the chunkier side. And I really recommend that you let this sit for about an hour, this guacamole, because it really lets the flavors really come together in it. The tomatoes being added to it, really, really good texture, good taste with the local tomatoes around right now. Okay, so this is a consistency that I like. So I'm just going to hold that up.
The Southwold Free Library said, I didn't know that about limes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who is that? Is that Penny? Is it Dana? Kathy? Melissa? I'm running out of names. Okay, this chicken is just about done. So that is perfect, and I'll just let it rest a few minutes.
Jeanette X, can you make it the day before?
The guacamole?
I think so.
Absolutely. Even if you want to make the mixture of the quesadilla, saute the peppers and onions, even put the chicken in with it, and just have it and make quesadillas the next day, that works as well.
Yeah, Jeanette said yes, and Southwold Library said it's Penny.
Hello, Penny. I am just going to put in a little bit of cayenne and a little bit of cumin. The cumin will give it a nice smoky flavor. And then some kosher salt, about a half teaspoon of the kosher salt. You need the salt in there. Otherwise it kind of leaves it kind of flat. The salt just is a flavor enhancer, it just brings out that flavor. Okay, I am going to take this chicken off right here. Chris, I'm going to leave this right in this bowl here. And I'm going to turn off the grill because Chris must be warm. Are you warm now?
A little bit.
All right, I'm turning off all the burners just for you.
Oh, thank you. Jim X, what's the brown powder that you put in the avocado?
That was the cumin, and then I had a little bit of cayenne. So it's about a half teaspoon of cumin and about an 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne. But if you like it a little spicy, put a little more cayenne in there. Okay. So I'm going to put in 2 tomatoes. I'm just going to core this, cut it in half, do one more, and then I'm just going to kind of scoop out these little seeds in here. And then we're just going to dice it up and we're going to add it right into the guacamole. And you could even take the tomatoes and just kind of put them face down for a minute. Just kind of let any of the water kind of drain out. Because you don't want your guacamole to be liquidy.
Julie said guacamole is the best.
It is the best. It is really, really good.
North Trails X, not a cumin fan. Can it be omitted?
Absolutely. Kathy, if you don't like cumin, you don't have to put it in. So let's just dice up these tomatoes. I'm just going to lay these right on top of the guacamole because any of this stuff, I'm not going to mash it in. I'm just going to kind of fold it in. Okay, and then with the jalapeno, we're going to add about a half of a jalapeno. We're going to take all the white out. We're going to take the seeds out. That is where all the heat is. So if you do like the heat, be my guest. Leave it in. But when I do go to the libraries in person, I always take it out because half the room will like the heat, half won't like it. So you really can't take it out.
Rena said, I didn't realize tomatoes were an ingredient in guacamole.
Not always. In my recipe it is, but there are many recipes without tomatoes. So if you don't want tomatoes in your guacamole, you just leave it right out. So I'm just gonna get this off right here. I'm just gonna cut a half of an onion. Just dice it small. We're gonna add that right into the guacamole. I'm gonna start turning on my grill in a minute, and that will be just perfect timing to start making the quesadillas. Actually, this is a pretty small onion, and I added the 4 avocados because they were a little small, so I'm just gonna go with this whole onion.
Rena said, good to know.
Absolutely. And there are so many different recipes out there. I have another recipe that I do. I put lemon and lime in there as well. And I don't add the tomatoes in there. So you're just getting one of my versions tonight. Okay, let's put this onion right on top here.
Andrea X, can you use red onion?
Red onion, sure. Yep, red onion would be fine in here. And cut it thick or cut it very small, whatever way you really like it. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of fresh cilantro. And I'm just going to kind of, about a tablespoon, just rolling it up. And I'm just going to chop it really small. Give it a twist. Wash this really thoroughly. Get rid of any thick stems. If they're really little ones, they're very tender, and you could put them in there. 1 clove of garlic. So I'm just going to kind of chop that up really small. Add that in. Just 1 clove is all you really need. Okay, add that right in. Now the jalapeno. I recommend that you use gloves when you're working with the jalapeno because if you touch those seeds and then you go to wipe your eye, you'll remember this class for a long time. So put on a pair of gloves, okay? Any questions out there, Chris?
Nope, don't see anything.
All right. So I'm going to add half of a jalapeno, and then I am just going to fold this right in. All the heat right in here. All those seeds is white, okay? So I am just going to discard that. And then I'm going to dice this up really small. Add it right into the guacamole. And now my chicken has rested, which is just perfect. Because that way, real nice juices all inside there. Let's cut this nice and small. On our last week of the camp, which is, I believe, August 16th, and again, 7 o'clock, we're doing a Brazilian steakhouse pineapple on the barbecue. So that will be a lot of fun. So please check out the library that you are watching it at, and you will get the recipes from them, and have your barbecue ready to go, and it's so delicious. And have a little bit of vanilla ice cream on the side, okay? So Chris, this is the end of this. I'm just going to kind of fold this in like that. And you just check it for seasoning for if you want a little more cumin. I know Kathy does not want any cumin. And you can see how it really stretches it out also with the tomatoes in that. And, you know, avocados can get expensive. I'm surprised a lot of these chains don't use that in the tomatoes. Probably soon. Although tomatoes are pretty pricey. So that is what it looks like. Really nice and chunky. I'm going to put it in this nice bowl right here. I have some nice chips that will go perfect with this. So 3 to 4 avocados, depending on the size of them, for this recipe here. Scrape everything out. I know in my family, we want every drop of guacamole, right?
Absolutely.
Is that right, Chris?
Jeanette said delish.
Thank you, Jeanette. So I am going to come back over here. I am going to turn on this little mini grill now. Leave it sideways here so that way, Chris, you can get a good shot in there. Turn this on. This is a panini grill. So again, you could put it into the oven or just put it on a little grill like this. Okay. So I'm turning this burner on. And I'm going to turn it up pretty high. We'll do 425. Just take a quick spray, just like that.
Barbara said you make everything look so easy.
Well, when you have all day to prepare and lay everything out, it goes easy. You know, when I was a head chef in in restaurants, many of them, the key to having a good night for everybody, for the waitresses, for the dishwashers, for the busboys, and most importantly, the customer, you had to be organized. If you weren't organized, it's going to be a rough night and you're going to lose a lot of customers. So be really organized. Have everything in front of you ready to go. So I'm going to make these 3 quesadillas right here. So while this is getting nice and hot, I will take a little bit of the chicken. I'm going to cut this chicken up into some cubes. And just give it a small dice, okay? A little bit more. Okay. Again, don't overcook that chicken. You can always use the boneless chicken thighs to keep it really, really moist, okay? And now, just a nice dice like this. And for any of you that are new, please go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, so you can watch all different type cooking and baking programs. In the fall, we're going to be doing a lot of pumpkin, a lot of apples, a lot of different apples. We just created a program with a Granny Smith apple fritter bread. So if you like apple fritters, we turned it into a bread, and we will be doing that. We have an apple festival coming up in September. Okay, so I'm going to take this chicken right here. Just put a little bit right on here. Use any size tortilla. I know somebody had said earlier that they like the larger tortillas, and you know what? Any preference, you know, spinach tortillas, whatever kind you want to use. A little bit of peppers and onions on each one. Remember, the chicken is already seasoned with the fajita seasoning.
North Trails Library said, I love that your entrees are so keto friendly.
I'm glad they are. I can't say that I try every time for that because I do a lot of sinful things, right? I do a lot of baked goods, right? Okay, and now we're just going to put some of this shredded Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese on here. Again, if you came on late, try to shred your own cheese. You will get so much better flavor out of it. Okay. Just going to take this, if you want to zoom in on that, Chris. Just going to kind of pack that down. And now I'm going to put this right on the grill. My grill is smoking. This could take maybe 2 to 3 minutes, okay? Let that grill go on there. You do have to be careful you don't overstuff them. You overstuff them and it will come out. But once you get that grill closed on it, it kind of seals it.
She said sinful's all right too. It's called a cheat day.
Yes. Okay, let's let those cook for just a couple minutes. So everybody, if you want to buy my cookbook, I have it on my Facebook page. Please feel free to go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob. There's about 240 recipes in there, so check it out. Okay, thank you. Let me go over to the guacamole again while the quesadillas are cooking.
Michelle said excellent guacamole.
Thank you so much. So we have our chips that go with the guacamole. Serve some sour cream, some salsa with this. Okay, and you will just absolutely love it. Now you can see I have extra chicken, I have extra peppers. After we go off in a little while, I will finish them off and make more quesadillas.
And I'll eat them all.
But how many do you want to see me make? Yep. You want to keep an eye on them because you want to make sure that they don't get too charred. Okay, I'm trying to get a nice crispness on it. If you put them in the oven for 10 minutes on the baking sheet, I suggest you put parchment paper or a silicone baking mat, because what that will do is just make your mess later just nice and easy. Okay, just throw out the parchment paper if you want.
And Prudy said so yummy.
Thank you, Aunt Prudy. I could tell you like Mexican food, Aunt Prudy, because you've said a few of my Mexican dishes that you really like. All right, so from North Carolina, I'm sure you have some good Mexican restaurants by you. I know we do here in Long Island. So let's just check on these.
Kim said miss you too, and Joan said LOL, I always did my quesadilla is a double pan flip. I have a panini press that I got from my mom.
The panini presses are really good too. You know, it's like one of those things you can't have every gadget. So I started using the panini press for the quesadillas, and I found them to work really, really well. I have another little dish I'm going to show everybody in a minute. I'm just going to get a little plate out for these quesadillas.
Joan X, can you do street tacos or carnitas?
Just for you, Joan? Yeah, we can definitely plan that on another class. Definitely down the road, we can definitely do that. Love them. This is how it comes out. Like cheese, nice and melted. That's what you want.
Gail said so many great dishes.
Thank you, Gail. And then just kind of spread them out like this. Cut these, cut in half, perfect size, just to kind of dip it in some guacamole, some sour cream.
And Prudy said Don Juan, and then Jones said my birthday is July 26th.
Oh.
And
hint, huh?
And then
Well,
I have been using parchment paper in the oven when cooking anything. I love it.
The parchment paper is so good. I'm actually just going to get a little heavy cream out. I put it into the freezer because I want to get it really cold. Everybody's saying, what are you making now? I'll show you 1 second what I'm making, okay? What do you got, Chris?
Let's see. Emily said, thank you for the great advice, and Kim said a good yummy.
Okay.
And Maria said delicious.
Thank you so much. So I got a little mascarpone right here. Some heavy cream. Chris, are you wondering what I'm making? Or you know now?
I kind of know, yeah.
It's good to throw the cameraman off a little bit.
Let me guess. A lemon cheesecake stuffed strawberry?
You're right there. It's a lemon cream filled strawberries.
Same thing.
So everybody, we will post this recipe on our Facebook page when we get right off the class in a little while, okay? But I'll give you the exact measurements and everything as we're going. So if you want to write any tips, anything like that down. So this is called lemon cream filled strawberries. Yes, Chris.
Emily said, you make everything look so delicious.
Thank you.
And Aunt Prudy said about 6 Mexican restaurants, but Don Juan is the best.
We ever get down there, we will be at Don Juan's. Okay. So about a quarter cup of the heavy whipping cream.
Gail said, "Oh, what's this?"
This is lemon cream filled strawberries. So taking the heavy cream, putting it in the freezer for about a half hour or so before you're going to whip it, will whip it really, really quick. So we just want to whip this just until we get soft peaks. And this should be pretty quick because you're not really, you don't have a lot of cream in here. And it will fill many strawberries too.
Julie said, "Love lemons in the summertime."
Lemons?
Yes.
Yes. Lemons go good with so many different things. So we're just going to beat this. As this is beating, I'm going to tell everybody what we're making at our Summer Food Festival. And that is August 23rd, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And check out your library to see if they have it, okay? And then if not, you can always go to my Facebook page. So we're making a grilled flatbread pizza. It's going to have prosciutto. It's going to have some peaches, some balsamic drizzle on there, and goat cheese. And it's really good. Nice summer dish and perfect with the peaches when they're really nice and local.
The Southwold Free Library said, "Thanks for the heavy cream tip." And Susan said, "My family loves these stuffed strawberries."
Susan, are you still in North Carolina, right? Yeah. Susan, you still there? And then we're also making a West Coast salad with shrimp, corn, and avocados. And then I know somebody said before they like key lime, so we're making little baby key lime pies. Okay.
Sid said, "Hello from Chicagoland."
You don't even have to say Chicago. Sid, I knew you were from Chicago. I just knew it.
Sid said, "I'm outside by a pond waiting for a big band concert to start. I'll listen to this lesson later. Thanks for doing these."
Thank you, Sid. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
And Aunt Prudy said, "Great top shelf margaritas." Sounds good. I'll go there and join you.
Sounds like Aunt Prudy has a good time there in North Carolina, huh, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, just another second with the whipping cream. This, I'm using mascarpone. Mascarpone, if you buy it today, the date on here will probably be November that it would expire. But once you pop the seal, it will be gone in like 3 to 4 days, okay? Soft cheese really turns on you very quickly.
Joan X, do you have a baked spanakopita mac and cheese recipe?
Baked spanakopita mac and cheese recipe?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You gotta make that for me.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
And Rena X, what's the difference between a key lime and regular lime?
The key limes, a whole different flavor. 99% of the time you cannot get them on Long Island. You can get them in Key West, Florida, in Florida. Sometimes the Caribbean you can get them, and they are just so flavorful. The key lime, and if you around here you just buy the key lime juice. Okay, so I'm gonna put in about 1 ounce of the mascarpone. Put that right in here. If you don't have the mascarpone and you want to use cream cheese will work as well. 1 tablespoon of the confectionery sugar. And then 1 tablespoon of the lemon curd. We've been using the lemon curd a lot. We've been using that with a raspberry strawberry tiramisu trifle. That was our first day of camp, Chris.
Yes. Joan X, what about a spinach and artichoke mac and cheese?
Spinach and artichoke, that
sounds good.
We actually do a spinach and artichoke dip that we made with a pasta for the library. So maybe I can do that with my food festivals one of these times. So I got the lemon curd in here, so 1 tablespoon. And you can either fold in the cream or just kind of whip it all together.
Linda X, can you freeze mascarpone?
It will kind of crumble on you then. So it depends on what dish you're going to use it for. If it's for a dessert or that and you want it to be presentable, usually not. Okay?
Rena said thanks. I never see key limes here.
No, you don't. Okay, so I'm just going to go over what is in here. A half a cup of heavy cream, just get it to soft peaks. And then you're going to put in 1 tablespoon of confectionery sugar, 1 ounce of the mascarpone or cream cheese, room temperature, 1 tablespoon of the lemon curd. Okay, you get over by the jams, that's where you would get it. And you just kind of mix it in with the whipped cream. You can fold the whipped cream in or just kind of beat it together. It will work either way.
Susan said, made the trifle in North Carolina. Glad I brought the lemon curd with me. Couldn't find it in local stores, though.
Oh, wow. You know, every region is so different. So everybody, what you want to do is take some of this right here, put it into like a Ziploc bag. And if you can find some real nice jumbo strawberries, jumbo strawberries would be perfect with this.
I'm gonna need to have dessert before I have dinner.
Uh-oh. All right, then I'll have the guacamole.
That's all for me. Ellen X, is this recipe in your cookbook?
This recipe is not in my cookbook, but I'm going to put it on my Facebook page and you can have it. And again, any of the libraries out there that would like it, just send me an email. I will send it out for all of your patrons, okay? Okay, so to make a quick little pastry bag that you don't have to clean out, I always like, and I do this with children, the adults, I always say cut the bag right over the garbage because that little piece of plastic can just get in anything on the table here. And just, you have a little piping bag ready to go. This would do about 15 strawberries, but again, depends on the size strawberry you're using. So I'm going to leave that right to the side. And we can do like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6. As many strawberries as everybody wants to see out there. So you're just going to cut the little top right off because then it will sit nicely like that. And you just hollow the strawberry out. And just put them on a really nice plate. Anything you think will look really good. And if anybody, while I'm cutting these and talking about them, please feel free to any questions or comments you may have. I hope everybody is enjoying this virtual summer camp. It has been fun doing it. Chris and I both look forward to it. And look, it's still a little light out. So Chris, before we even have a little dinner, we may have to go on that bike for a little bit before you have your guac.
Nah.
I'll give you one of the strawberries.
You go on the bike, I'll have the dessert, then we'll have dinner together. That sounds good.
I always got to try to go on that bike before, you know, it's so nice out right now. Okay, just give it a little where you can kind of get some of that filling right in there. And every Sunday night, Chris will post my schedule that we have for all the different libraries all over. We did some dog treats last week, right, Chris? We have some of them coming up again, too. I think we have one actually this Friday. So if you check out my Facebook page, you can see where. Okay, so cut that little bottom off. Take this little handmade pastry bag and put as much or as little as you want in there. And if you have something a little spicy, something a little cool and refreshing like this, it's just perfect.
The Monmouth County Library said, Chris has such great ideas. And that looks fantastic, Chef Rob.
Thank you so much. And now just top it off with just a little fresh blueberry right on top like that. And then we'll put all the dishes together. And please, if anybody, any questions, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so our strawberries, put that guac and chips right next to it, Chris. And you can go right down to the quesadillas.
Rena X, how much in advance can you prepare these strawberries or the filling before serving?
You could prepare the filling day or so ahead of time. That would be fine. You could prepare the strawberries in the morning. That would be okay. Just cut the bottoms, have them on a platter. If you got a nice big refrigerator and you can have them ready, just pipe it out as soon as you're ready to serve them.
Emily said, "Good night, Chef Rob and Chris. Looks
Good night,
yummy."
Emily.
Good night. Let's see. Barbara said, "Beautiful presentation." Gail said, "Love the presentation."
Thank you. Thank you so much. So everybody, I hope everybody will join us next week when we do our stuffed tomato class. Please get some tomatoes. Get the plum tomatoes. That's the Roma tomato. Get as many as you want because they are perfect the next day. You can make them that night, have them next day for your dinner. Okay, they're perfect for lunch. I actually did them at a library, and I know somebody had them for breakfast. I don't know, tomatoes for me for breakfast? No. And then we're going to do a banana cream pie milkshake. Okay, yes, Chris?
Kim said, "Good night." Linda
night,
said,
Kim.
"Thank you." South Hole Library said, "Thank you, Chef Rob."
You're welcome.
North Trail said, "Great keto meal, even down to the strawberries." Thank you.
Thank you.
Maria said, "Thank you for this presentation."
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. Everybody, have a great week, and stay healthy, stay well, and I will see you next Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, okay? Have a great week. Bye-bye, everybody.